Yo, what is up with y'all boys and girls, man? It is Jay Briggs here on October 26th, Thursday. Trying to make some money per usual. Hey, we got some NBA today, we got some NFL today, and I got three of the best handicappers with me today to help us make some money. So I appreciate y'all joining me per usual. We're gonna chat a little football, a little NBA, and I'm gonna get y'all up out of here. So let's bring in our guest, man. Y'all know who it is. He's always here. It's Costi. What's up, my man?
Love to be here. Big NBA card. Can't wait to talk about it and what's to come. So I'm pumped.
It's my guy Costi. Brian. What's up, my man?
Always great hanging out with you on a Thursday, getting ready to go into hopefully a really big weekend. Lots of good games on the horizon.
Of course, of course. And hey, with the NBA back, this is y'all know one of my favorite guys to chat hoops with. It's my guy Brad. What's up, my man?
What's up, fellas? How we doing today?
Trying to get to it. We got a small NBA card today. Two games, two really good games, though. Well, one of them was supposed to be really good. We kind of getting robbed with some injuries. Still getting LeBron KD, though. Haven't had that in the regular season since it's been that long. Like, it's been a minute since these two have faced off in the regular season. It's not, I don't even think it's getting the hype that that it once used to, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I was shocked it's been so long. Was it just because like injuries in the past? Like, why haven't they matched up in so long? I feel like that's kind of weird.
I know. I don't really know either. It's just weird.
Yeah, why haven't they played it together or against each other? So yeah, I'm excited about that matchup as well.
And then we get to see this start of this new pairing in Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard. They're at the crib tonight, 6:30, hosting Sixers. It's gonna be a good game tonight. We also got NFL action tonight. We got Tampa going into Buffalo.
Yeah, into Buffalo.
Tampa going into Buffalo. Buffalo, they've had some hiccups 2 weeks in a row. Can they shake that bad stench and get, a blowout win over a team that coming into the year, I think many people would think that Buffalo should dominate this team, but we've seen Tampa look good in spots. Can they do enough here? We'll see. So a lot to talk about with the guys, man. How y'all doing? I'll go to Costi. What's up, my man?
Loving it, man. I love the NBA that it's finally here. I know we got a little taste test a couple nights ago, but yesterday we had a full card. You saw a lot of guys that, I'm always excited to see those young bucks that are coming in the league that could actually shine and not the Wemby type mania because, he was in foul trouble. So he obviously didn't really put up a huge card. I mean, a big number. But overall, I mean, there was a couple guys like I love what what's his name from Alabama? I can't believe I'm drawing a blank.
Brandon Miller, right?
Brandon Miller looked great yesterday. Looked incredible. I mean, the guy is so long and can hit threes, and he's just a really good spot. And there's a couple other guys that you just start to see. Is this going to be a focal point for this team to have these rookies that are going to be in that starting five and are going to make a difference? And you can get a lot of sharp lines early in the season, that first month where the odds makers don't adjust as much in the NBA, where it's more of like an eyeball test where you could really get some value early on.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. There was one game yesterday that really got underneath my skin. Well, two. One of them I lost as a premium. Brad, you remember the nicknames from last year. One team damn near already got it back. The Minnesota House of Disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that team right there. But I on the jam session yesterday, I outthought one of these games, man. And it really bugged me that I did. I didn't have it as a premium or anything, but me and Chris talked about it this morning on the morning show. The Kings, at that short line they had yesterday on the road against the Jazz, that kind of plays into what Costi was just talking about. They were the most profitable road team last year. They had like one of the best road records, and they were a 1-point favorite over the Jazz yesterday. There's going to be some cupcake spots this year early. If we can identify them, we should be able to make a ton of money. It was a good day for me yesterday in the NBA. Just 2 games today. Huge card tomorrow. Y'all know I'll be cooking it up tonight, but yeah, man, NBA is back, and I'm glad to have it back.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun night. I mean, I'm a Magic fan, so I really liked what we did last night. That Rocket seems bad, don't get me wrong, but I mean, last few years I've always been a Magic fan, so I haven't been too hyped on them. But this year, I'm actually gonna lock into the Magic season. Another team I know you were big on them last year, Jay. The Thunder, they looked incredible. A lot of people were on the Bulls, but I was like, I'm gonna stick with the Thunder buddies, and it paid out. So the Magic and Thunder are gonna be kind of the two teams I got my eyes on this year.
I'm same. I think the thing about I've been saying this about these two teams. We're gonna lose the value we had last year. So last year, like, they would have been underdogs in both games, and we took them straight up money line and got plus money.
Mhm.
That's not going to be the case this year. They're going to be the favorite, but I think they're good enough to overcome even that. The Magic and the Thunder remind me eerie similar of the Detroit Lions in the NFL. That's who they remind me of. The Lions, we all know, the most profitable cover team in the NFL last 3 seasons. And a lot of that recently, or a lot of that the past before this season, was as underdogs. Like, as underdogs, they were just a cash machine. This season, what have we seen? We've seen the Lions come out as favorites and still be damn near that same cash machine. I know they got ran off the field this past week, but other than that, man, the Lions in that favorite role have still been cash machines. The team has just gotten better along with them. So I normally would feel comfortable laying with the Lions. And I think that's probably going to be the same with the Magic and the Thunder Buddies this year.
Yeah. A team could go from like a sleeper team to a public team very quickly. And we're seeing that happen. I may have to give me an SGA jersey, though. Just watching that guy, that dude's incredible.
I know. I love me some SGA too, man. He's bona fide. All right, so quick. SGA is bona fide top 10. The Thunder should be a legitimate playoff team in the West. Like, I know they had to go through the play-in last year. They shouldn't have to do that this year. They should be in. And then your Magic, man. I got you guys being like a 6 seed in the East this year. Like, if they don't, then this season was a catastrophic failure. I'll have it down like between Wagner and Banchero. I don't want to hear it no more. Like, y'all guys got to show up.
We got players now. There's no more excuses. It's time to execute for sure.
Yep. Brian, anything you saw in the NBA or?
Well, I'll tell you what. Yesterday, you started out 1-0-1. Got the win with the Toronto Raptors. Pushed on the Nets. Some people might have got the Brooklyn Nets. It was 1.5, I think, by tip off. But just a lot of what you were talking about earlier, the Jazz and the Kings. See, I would have been tempted into taking the Utah Jazz in that spot, only because the line really made absolutely no sense. And years past, the Kings sometimes start off a little bit slow, but the Kings are one of my teams, though. I'm hoping people don't get behind Sacramento too much early on.
Yep. I'm right there with you. Sometimes I trap myself trying to overthink the line, because that line yesterday looked funky, Brian. I had said that, like, it yelled to me, like the line itself yelled Jazz is finna win that game. But hey, the books, they ain't always right. They not. There's a reason why guys like us exist, and we take their money sometimes. So
100% right.
All right. Brian, I know you wanted to talk NFL action tonight. We got a good game tonight. We got decent game tonight. We got Bills Bucks up there in Buffalo. How are you looking at this game?
For me, it's another subpar matchup here on Thursday Night Football. While I couldn't get there really on a premium pick, I think the game does hold some free bet value here. Buffalo, I'm sure, not going to be coming into this game very happy after that loss to New England, which I enjoyed very much, I have to say. But don't let that 4-3 record fool you, the Buffalo Bills. I think there's a big talent difference between these two teams. Tampa Bay, in my opinion, way too one-dimensional on offense, as they rank 29th in the NFL in rushing. Buffalo's defense, who should be coming into this game super fired up, I think they're going to be able to shut down that Tampa Bay offense. I believe Tampa's defense is good enough to slow down Buffalo, who doesn't seem quite the same this year. 6 out of the last 7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers games have gone under the number. Bills 4 of the last 5. So I'm going to take the under 43.5 Tampa Bay and Buffalo.
Brian B likes the under here. Bucks Bills. The
There have been a lot of unders, so I'm a little worried about that. But
last 2 seasons, I don't have the number right up in front of me, but prime time unders, I feel like have been pretty profitable. Here's my concern with this one. The Bills busted up my parlay last week. I had a parlay, and then I just had Bills money line. That was the one. The minus 400 was the one that busted up my parlay. I know it was.
You got to keep those out of your parlay.
I know it was terrible. It was terrible because I almost never do that. But I was so down on the Patriots. Like, there was no way in my mind I thought that the Bills were finna lose to the Patriots, and that kind of goes into what I'm about to say. Mac Jones last week, Brian, like, he was moving through this Bills defense like warm butter. Like, I ain't never seen Mac Jones play that well. Well, I have, but like this season, I didn't even think he was still capable of that. That Bills defense looked terrible last week.
But that was last week, and this is
True.
This week. And sometimes the NFL, as far as betting goes, you'll see a team look like crap one week, and then next week they look like a Super Bowl team. And, in a tough divisional matchup like it was in New England and Belichick being the coach, anything could be expected. But in this game here, NFC versus AFC matchup here, no real history between these two teams. I think Bills are the much better team, but how much offense are they going to put up on Tampa Bay?
There you go. You guys got anything on this game, Tampa, Buffalo?
I got a couple of player props. I'm all over Mike Evans today, over 57.5 receiving yards, as well as over 4.5 receptions. This Bills secondary is questionable. And then Baker loves Mike Evans. He's been throwing to him a lot. He's got 8+ targets in, I think, every single game so far this season. So it only takes one bomb for Mike Evans to hit this. And they love just giving him an out route over and over again. And Baker's going to throw that ball. So all over Mike Evans props tonight, as well as Dalton Kincaid with knocks out. I think it's like at 38.5 yards. I would like the over on Kincaid there.
I like that, Brad. I like those Evans props. I think you could play just about all of them. Receptions, yards. I think he scores a touchdown as well.
Same.
I like Baker Mayfield 2 touchdowns probably in this game. I like the Josh Allen interception in this game.
He's always due. He's due nowadays, man. It's crazy. Last year, you're talking about could be the biggest and baddest, outside of Mahomes. Maybe he's number 2 behind Herbert, number 3. But now he could be top 10.
Brad, I've been on my hating Josh Allen train. I've been on that.
Yeah, I've been trying to convince Jay that Josh Allen is a very elite quarterback, and he's been hating on him. But, yeah, I feel you, though. He has moments, though, where he looks like the man, and then other moments.
This is my thing. I like Josh Allen. I just don't think he was the second best quarterback in the league, like everybody was trying to tell me. That was just my gripe, To me, don't get mad at me, nobody, for saying this, but I thought he was just a younger, like he reminded me. It's crazy who I'm going to tell y'all who he reminded me of. He reminded me of a guy that plays for my team in Dak Prescott, a young Dak Prescott. That's who Josh Allen reminded me of. He's mobile and, turnover prone early, but you know what I mean? That's what I thought early. And I just thought he was getting a little more love than he deserved based off of a game that they, in the end, lost. So that was just my gripe with Josh Allen. Top 10 quarterback, yes. Top 5, chill.
Yeah, he's definitely. It's like he peaked too early. Usually in the NFL, you don't peak right away. It takes time to develop, but he peaked too early. I thought you were going to say Carson Wentz. That's what he reminded me of, where he peaked and then he progressively got worse. And I think the reality is they don't have an established running game. They don't use Cook from just give him the ball and get him 5 yards every time. They use him a lot of time in the screen game, in the passing game. It's more so Josh Allen creating instead of just having that, they're stacking the box now versus him and they're taking away Diggs. So Gabriel Davis is boomer bust. I would never take his, over-unders. You just don't know ever. And I don't know. It's funny. You guys brought up the same player props. I love watching these crazy same game parlays that people lose. And this one guy it was like $16 to win 160,000. And it was Jordan Addison to score the first touchdown, Jordan Addison to get 2 touchdowns, Jordan Addison to get over 70 yards, the Vikings to cover, and then the Vikings had to cover 8.5 points. They had to score 8.5 points in the second half, and they got 6 right away. And then they had that field goal, and all they had to do was make that field goal, and they missed the 50-yarder. And it's just hilarious to see these people that they just throw things out there, and there's no actual logic behind it, and there's no, are you shopping the lines around? Because the same game parlay, they want you to bet them. I mean, that's how these sports books make a killing of a 5-teamer. I mean, probably 10,000 people put up 5-teamers, in a same game parlay and lose versus trying to shop the number. And, you hear it all the time, even with player props, getting that early over under on a player versus waiting till the day of the game. It's no different than shopping pricing for the game itself. You can shop pricing for yards also.
You got to be in it to win it,
I get it. People want action. I get it. I get it. We're in this business, but it's just fascinating to me that you just see it over and over again, naive bettors versus trying to be more professional and trying to be more educated. And this is why we do the show, to educate people how to be more successful rather than throw up same game parlays all day long.
Yep. I'm a professional, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all know I'll be tossing up my parlays. And we got one tonight. We got one cooked up for y'all tonight. I'll give it out at the end of the show. But Bucks, Bills. One more time for the props I like in this one. Josh Allen, INT. Over damn near everything with Mike Evans. I'm with my guy Brad there. And Gabe Davis, anytime touchdown. I just think there's value there. Everybody thinking on Stephon Diggs, and deservingly so. He get every damn ball thrown his way and cries when he does not. But I could see Gabe probably sneaking in there getting them one today. We'll see. Anything else, football?
I think that's it for that game.
You want to move NBA? Anybody need to go?
I'm good. I need to go in. Let's see. It's like in 15 minutes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got to hit the road now, but I could give somebody one last NBA pick before I sign off here. Something.
Right.
Yeah. Out of the games I was looking at, it's only a 2-game card today. Actually, both the Bucks and Sixers jumped off, and the Lakers and Suns. But if I had to choose one or the other, I probably would take the LA Lakers at home. I think this morning the line is about 5.5. I think it's up to 6.5 right now. It just I know Suns are missing some guys, but I think the Lakers, after getting embarrassed there in that first game, I think they come out and get a nice 10-point win at home. So I'd take the Lakers and LeBron there to cover that 6.5.
There you go. I got Brian B. Like the Lake Show tonight. What you got for sale today over at Pickdawgz Premium, and what does your weekend outlook look like before I let you go?
Well, my titanium plays up for sale at pickdawgz.com. Just $25 gets you that best bet winner. I'm 11-4 last 15 of my titanium plays. I also have my titanium up for Friday already. Really a good play in the AAC, I believe. I think that's the conference. So, guys, make sure you head on over to pickdawgz.com, pick it up. Definitely going to be a big weekend. Should be 5 college football plays on Saturday, 3 NFLs on Sunday, and we're going to look at the NBA as well, Major League Baseball.
There you go. I appreciate you joining me as always, Brian, and we'll see you throughout the week and, of course, on the weekend.
For sure. I'll see you in the weekend, Jay. Thanks for having me. You guys, take it easy.
Always. My guy, Brian B. right there. All right, Brad. It's that time of year, man. We back talking hoops, man. It was a great night of watching it last night. Kind of back realizing the NBA is a game of runs more so than anything. Your team could be down 20 in the second quarter. You sitting there mad yelling at the TV, and then you look up and they're down 1 and have a chance to win the game. That was me last night with the Pistons. They were down 20 like third quarter. And I'm sitting there +9 like, I really got the Pistons against Miami right now. Team just went to the finals, but I'm staying pat. I'm like, I'm good though. I know Miami play that lackadaisical basketball. That's exactly what happened. The Pistons should have won that game outright. Kay Cunningham, he's back. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. I like that Monty Williams is the coach there. I'm just enjoying the NBA vibes. Two great games tonight. I know you wanted to talk about one of them. Sixers, Bucks. What are we looking at?
Yeah, man, let's get into it. I'm gonna take the Bucks here against the spread. I think it's 6.5 right now. To start off, I mean the Bucks, they've just been regular season juggernauts for the past few years, and I've totally have taken advantage of it. I think this team has another monster year, and they're honestly my pick to win it all to start the season. The Sixers, they've been a really good regular season team as well. Don't get me wrong, but there's that drama in the locker room with James Harden, and the way I see this one playing out, I think Embiid and Giannis are going to cancel each other out, and then you're left with the role players here. And I'm just going to say, man, I'd rather Middleton and Dame than Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey personally. So yeah, man, I'm gonna take the Bucks here to start the year off strong and just continue to be they're just gonna be a wagon all regular season again. They have been, and they're gonna continue.
I ain't mad at it, Brad. I'm not. I'm really not. I could see them making a statement here, game one, using this as a statement, game one. Last time we saw the Bucks, last time we saw Milwaukee, they were the 1 seed getting bounced by the 8 seed. That was the last time we saw them.
Mm-hmm.
And it rocked their franchise so bad they traded away Drew Holiday, somebody who they loved and somebody who loved them. They know what's at stake here with these next 2 seasons. They got to bring another championship home, or Giannis may think about legitimately dipping. Here's the other side of the coin. When I think about Giannis, he's a guy that more often than not, like 10 out of 10 times, he's going 110% the whole game. That's not the case for some of these guys. Like, I feel comfortable laying 6 with Milwaukee, and I don't think they take their foot off the gas. There's some teams like Philly. I don't know if I would feel comfortable laying 6 with them. I can see them. Yeah, taking their foot off the gas. Milwaukee is not one of those teams. I think they're the better team, and I think if they get a lead, they continue to press the gas, trying to ease some of that pain of being a 1 seed, getting blown out and beat by an 8 seed last year, first round.
Yeah, they blow teams out. The Bucks just blow teams out in the regular season. So I think we see a double-digit win here.
I'm with you. Costa, anything to add?
I have no play on the game tonight, no skin in the game, but usually when I see a big superstar come to a new team, it takes a little bit of time to gel.
Fair.
And it has nothing to do with their talent. It's just they're in a new franchise, new coach. I mean, Dame has been in Portland his entire career. Not saying he won't score a lot of points, but I just don't see them personally, just completely unbiased to both teams. I don't see them blowing them out, because what it usually happens in the NBA, and especially what I've seen out of the Sixers in the years past, when Harden doesn't play, a lot of times the 76ers play better with Embiid. And they move the ball around more. He doesn't hog the ball as much, doesn't take up as much possessions, create his own shot. So in the past, again, it's a brand new season, they don't really fall off that much. Because I think if Harden plays, the line is 4.5. It's not going to be that much lower. So is he worth, 2 points? Possibly. But yeah, I don't know. I like in this position, just because I don't have any skin in the game, I don't have a lean on either side. I do think it's going to come down to a last bucket, whether it goes in or not, if they get the cover, the 76ers. But yeah, I mean, the Bucks are going to be a bandwagon team all year. I mean, they're going to get it into gear. They have everything they need to be successful. They have the inside-outside game. And once Dame gets comfortable with Giannis, it's going to be game over. And Middleton is going to be a guy that nobody's even paying attention to, and he's going to get his like he's been an all-star for so many years. So very exciting to see how that, that combo is gonna play out. I mean, you look at Denver, I mean, it's unfair. They run the same play every single time down the court. Every time.
Kinda.
I'm telling you, they run the Jokic, They sometimes they post them up the top of the at the top of the free throw line, and he either passes, runs a pick and roll, shoots, or has somebody like Gordon run the back door and gets a dunk. I mean, they showed it. I was watching. I do a lot of game breakdown, and they showed it literally 10 times in a row. Mike Malone runs the same play. They said, "Look, beat us. Till you could show us you could beat us." The guy is so good at everything. I'm just wondering how they're going to use Giannis now. They have Lillard, who's going to be, he could score 30 points a game.
I don't think this is my thing, and now I'll let Brad go. I think Milwaukee stays the same. Like, I think they stay the same. I think they're the exact same team.
With a new coach?
I think they're the exact same team.
Okay.
And just added Damian Lillard. Like they're just gonna add 30 points. Like Drew was like, what did Drew average? Like
17, 16,
18.
Yeah.
They just added
different player. Completely different player.
I know. So you're gonna give up probably 7-8 points on the other end, not having Drew Holiday. But I mean, this is disgusting here with Milwaukee. I heard Brad say he likes Milwaukee to do it. I'm saying Boston right now, but of course it's going to be a long season. We'll see it play out.
I'm saying Arizona to win the World Series. What's up?
Hey man, going down tomorrow, man. Going down tomorrow.
You going to the game?
I am trying my best. They want an arm, a leg, and two eyeballs right now.
Sell the dog, man. Just it's a World Series. Sell the dog.
True, it's a good point.
Yeah, man. But no, I can't wait. Me and my dad, we're gonna go to one for sure. It's just a matter
what was
of
the futures ticket on Arizona going to the World Series? Did you guys talk about that on any other shows?
Nah, it was probably plus 10,000, probably more than that.
Crazy.
Yep.
Mr. Dog Club, not even a dime club. It's Mr. Dog Club.
Right. All right, Brad. I know you got to go.
Yeah. No, I feel what you guys are saying. It's going to be one of those things. This Bucks team is going to be good. It's with the new coach and things like that. Who really knows what if they change or not? I think Dame is a good addition though, and they were already a really good team. So we shall see. We shall see. But I do got to go. When it comes to what I got for sale today, I got a three-pack on the site. So go check that out. It's my favorite play in college football, my favorite play in the NBA, and my favorite play for the NFL game. So a little bit of everything. But it's always a pleasure talking to y'all boys, and I'll catch you guys next week.
For sure.
See you, brother.
Peace out.
It's my guy Brad right there. Just me and Costi left. Do a little more chatting, then we'll get on up out of here. Costi, any good spot this week for some early line movement in the NFL?
I'll tell you, because I'm now, what I'm realizing, because I do so many shows, I'm the Adam Schefter of Pick Dawgz. I'm constantly getting text while I'm on air on these different shows. Different groups are feeding me games. Like when I met Mitch at Bet Bash down in September, and it was like the meeting of the Sharps. It was a convention where you did speed dating. I met some of these groups, and one of them is doing my NBA. I mean, dude, they gave me 7 games last night. 7 total games, 2 of which were given 3 days before. A lot of them were overnight. And every single game, we had an advantage, except the Knicks game. We had a bad line where we gave it out at +3. It closed +4. So if you bet it at post yesterday, you would have actually pushed because they let up the lead, and you actually, my clients lost. But overall, we went 5-3 on the day. I mean, it's a winning day when you have that consistently. The volume is what makes money when you're betting any sport, in my opinion.
All right.
I just have a different philosophy when I go into this. And, what I saw yesterday, if I'm constantly closing better and I'm getting an extra point in the NBA, that last second shot, free throw miss, free throw made, 3 at the buzzer means everything when you're constantly getting the better closing line. So I'm just excited that it's here. It was finally put the group into action. All my clients are literally, they can't even leave their computers because I'm giving out games 20 minutes before game time or 2 days before game time, and they don't know when it's coming. So It's exciting. I know you asked me about NFL, but I just wanted to bring that up regarding NBA and what we have going. But NFL lines, let me see. We gave out a total in the Broncos Chiefs game under 46.5 the other day. It's under 45.5 now. So this is the disadvantage if you're waiting and betting at the wrong time. Like if somebody were to join today, I would advise them to just wait and not bet the game until it either gets to that number. And if it doesn't get to the number, you're passing altogether. So it's a completely different philosophy than most people when they come into this business, where I fall in love with the price of the game. I don't fall in love with the team or total. And if it's off by a point, it's going to cost you 35 cents to move it a lot of times. So if you don't do that, it's going to cost you money in the long run. So I preach the long game for a reason, because that's the only thing that I care about is seasonal returns. While, most people are just stuck in their ways and they're worried about the Bucks Bills game tonight. They're worried about the other Bucks game tonight. There's it's everybody is just hyper focused on tonight, which I completely understand. That's the nature of this business. There's hype. All these sports books are sending you daily messages. Hey, I have a promotion. I have this promotion. Sign up, free, upgrade or, boost. That's just what they do. So if you could avoid the traps and treat it like a business, more so than not, you're going to be very successful with trading sports, not really betting on them.
There you go.
What do you think about your Cowboys this week?
That game scares me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the better team. It's falling to 6 now. Why do you think that line moved?
And
do you think it'll move even more before game time?
I don't have a play on the game. A lot of times early in the week, it's just movement regarding money being put down on the game. Not every move has a backing to it.
Right.
So it just happens traditionally. And with 6, you're not going to really, right now I'm seeing 6.5. So
I was seeing 6.5 pretty much all week. It's down to 6. At 5.5, they're going to give me. I will bet my Cowboys for sure, for 1,000% sure at 5.5. At 6.5, I'm sitting there like, I don't know.
But there's and Big Al will tell you this as well. There's a percentage scale of how many times games land on a certain number.
Right.
So obviously when it gets to 2 or 3, it's a higher percentage than it hitting on 5 or 6.
Right.
So getting off 5 or 6 is not as big of a deal as a 7.
Right.
And that's all. And again, that's a variance game that a lot of the pros play because they just play the percentages, because so many of these games fall within the key numbers, and usually non-key numbers, it's not as often. So if it's 5.5, 6, if you really like a team based on your situational handicapping,
6 is a key number for me. It's not for a lot of other people, but it's key for me. Especially in this age of 2-point conversions and the age of all that. 6, I think, is becoming a little more.
It is. No, you're right. It's different. It's different now.
So, I get it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm probably going to take them at 6 anyway. But if I get 5.5, I would like it just better.
I think it's just the Rams are going to be outmatched. It's a tough place to play. I think the defense is going to, the Rams do have 2 elite receivers now. Nakua came out of nowhere. I had no idea coming out of college that he would be this good, this fast. He's a very good route runner. He gets open in man coverage, because that was his biggest fault that they were saying early in the season. They played against all zone defenses, and he was getting open. He was sitting in the soft spots. Stafford was finding him. Again, he was the only target basically outside of Tutu Atwell when Kupp was out. But now in the last couple of weeks, they've played man. And last week, Pittsburgh is the highest percentage of man defense in the entire NFL, and he roasted them. So I see, a team like that where they need to rush the passer like the Cowboys, and I think they will. similar to what the Steelers did last week and got to Stafford. It's going to be a similar situation where if the Cowboys could rush forward and get to Stafford and disrupt him, they're going to be able to feast. And I don't think the Rams defense is that good at all anymore, especially away from home. And it's going to be a tough place to play. I think this is a perfect spot where Dallas comes off a bye, healthy, and definitely puts it to him. And I could see a big game from Pollard in the receiving.
You haven't seen a big game from Pollard yet.
I haven't yet. This is it. This is a good spot for him. Their linebackers are terrible, and get him in open space, get some screens to him. You know, this is a get right game for him, and because he really hasn't had it this year, like you said, at all.
Fair enough. Can't let you go without talking about your team. We talked about mine. Let's talk about yours.
Agent Zero, there he is. The best defensive player that nobody's actually given him. He's not going to win Defensive Player of the Year because he's not a defensive end. It's either going to be Watt or Bosa, maybe Parsons if he really picks it up the second half of the year, but he just doesn't get the credit.
You know who based off their game last week, Myles Garrett. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. How could I miss that? Myles Garrett's he is literally the defense. You can't stop him.
Oh my God. I had the coach last week, and the whole game I'm sitting there just like, oh my God.
Can't stop him.
Garrett. Oh my God.
It's I'm excited about like I always say, and I think I said this on the show earlier this week, September is just wait and see. Right. Yes, you like certain things about your team, but you're not really seeing the real team because now we had a month of September, which is really a glorified preseason.
Right.
Then you have October where it's real football. And now November, you can kind of see which teams are rising to the top. And finally, out of the Ravens, which I've been saying the entire year, and I am a little biased, but I do feel like I have a pretty good opinion.
You don't have to tell us. We know.
But I'm a little.
The thing is, Costi, is just because we're a little biased doesn't mean that the message behind the biasness loses its value. And I think that's what people fail to realize a lot of the time,
But it's I was reading something, and Mark Sanchez mentioned that watching the Ravens offense is like watching a 4-on-3 drill in the NBA in practice, where they're running a 4-on-3 break. It's just they just keep coming at you. There's no stopping. They're just press. And that's what for the first time I saw it last week, where Lamar had everything at his disposal, all his weapons, all his toys from the preseason. His line is healthy again. And he was just doing everything and anything, and everything worked. Whether it was backyard football when a play broke down, he dumps it off 80 yards to Gus Edwards. There's a lot of talk about Derrick Henry coming to Baltimore. There's been a lot of chatter in the last couple of days where we could be picking him up from a trade from Tennessee. That would be exciting. And 9.5 points is a lot. I would not lay the 9.5 with the Ravens. I personally, if I bet the game, which I haven't yet, the Cardinals at home, I could see this game being a 14-point Ravens advantage throughout the whole game. And then easily at the end of the game, Josh Dobbs throws a meaningless touchdown and it gets it within 7, So yep. I don't like it. I've seen it before where the Ravens go on the road and they absolutely destroy bad teams. But I also see the Jekyll and Hyde where it's 1 week is the best team in the league. Is it? Or the next week, oh, this is what we didn't want to happen, like the losses to the Steelers, which were horrible, and the Colts at home, which was horrible. Again, with injuries, that stuff happens. But at the end of the day, this is the NFL. Every team is good. It's the best parity league in any other sporting profession. But I do think we could come in there, and that Lions game was just a setup for what the rest of the season could look like. Because I expected this from this team if they were healthy preseason. I expected everything I saw from Moncton. So it was good to finally see it all work for once. And
one more question.
Yeah.
How early do you look at NBA lines?
So I don't look at anything. So
Well,
I am not a game picker. I have a good opinion and I know what to look for, but my job is communicating with my groups and then getting that information to my clients.
all right. How often will they send you a play? Like, have they sent you anything for tomorrow yet?
No, not yet.
I just was asking. The lines are starting to pop up. And here's one right here. I'm gonna get y'all this right now, right here, right now. If they lose this, if they don't cover tomorrow, I don't know. I'm taking the Magic laying a 2.5 against the Blazers tomorrow. Like, stop it. Stop it. It's one of them early season lines. They ain't caught up to the Magic yet. They ain't caught up to them. They gonna
I didn't get a chance to watch the Trailblazers play yesterday.
Yes, they competed a little bit with the Clippers, but they failed to cover, lost by double digits.
That was a late game. I didn't get a chance to really. I got to watch the game from yesterday in the recap, but I didn't get to watch them play. How did Ayton play? Was he okay? He was just.
I didn't watch much of that game either. I'm gonna be honest. I had my eyes on my Mavs and the Spurs. That's the game I really had.
I like the Magic though. Look, I think Markelle Fultz is finally living up to somewhat of his potential from when he got drafted, and he was just a bust right out of the gate for Philly. And he looks healthy and he's balling, man. And they have a really good core group. And Paulo Blanchero is definitely coming into his own. Had a good year last year, and they're a good team. They're like you guys both said. I mean, this is a team that could definitely compete, and I could see them winning a decent amount of games this year. Yeah, they're an exciting team to watch for sure.
I'm just doing some browsing. These lines, I don't know, man. We might make some money tomorrow.
What did we say the other day? Who's going to be the center for the Suns that's going to shine this season for them? He played great. Yusuf Nurkic.
He did. I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. He really had the timely bucket that got them the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Booker run that pick and roll is going to be kind of nasty. It looked better than I had even thought it might. He's the big body that they were missing. Aiden is more of a like, I can score in space, and that's not what this team needs. They need a hey.
You know what Aiden reminds me of? He's a glorified. I know somebody's going to roast me in the comments. He's a glorified, really, really good Greg Oden. That was good at Ohio State. That never really did. Just that big body, long, lanky. But when it comes down to crunch time, he's just nowhere to be found. You can't just give him the rock in the fourth quarter and he's got a post-up game. He needs to his stuff only is created off, other people's work. So I like the guy. I just think that Yusuf is a great addition, and we haven't even seen Bradley Beal yet with the both of them. So there's a lot of powerhouse teams, man. It's going to be a really fun season, and it's 82 games, 81 now for most teams. So it's going to be here for months to come.
Yep. Anything else before I let you go?
That's it, brother. We will get rolling here, watch some of the cool games tonight. And if anybody wants to learn more about how to get these sharp trading plays and deal with my groups, heading over to Pickdawgz. There's a premium picks drop down. You'll see sharp trading plays. There's a phone number. Shoot me a text. I'll let you know if it's for you. Preferably if you have at least a $5,000 bankroll or more, this works because like I said, there was 8 total games released yesterday. You can't have a small bankroll and bet 8 games a day. And the volume is what we put through. And this is just NBA. We have NBA, NFL, college football right now, and before you know it, will be college basketball. So if you have a big bankroll and you want to make some big time profits, head on over to Pickdawgz, reach out to me, and I'll definitely connect you with the right groups.
There you go. Appreciate you, Costi, as always. See you soon.
Got it, brother. Have a good night.
You too. That's my guy Costi right there, man. That's gonna end the show. I forgot to get y'all the parlay, man. I almost forgot. We're going Bucks parlay, short, sweet, simple. Bucks. Tampa Bay. Hey, this is not for guys that are, like fiending for action. Like this is for like if you want a chance at some plus money, you know what I mean? This is not like a lock or anything like that, but it's what I like to do. I'm placing a 2-team parlay tonight. Let me say that. I'm personally placing a 2-team parlay. Tampa Bay Bucks money line. I know it's not sexy. I get it. The Bills are the better team, but I gotta at least try to take the Tampa Bay Bucks on the money line with how bad Buffalo has looked in back-to-back weeks against the Giants and the Patriots, two teams that are not good. Tampa is better than both of those teams every day of the week. They're better than the Patriots and they're better than the Giants every day of the week. If they can come out and punch them in the mouth first, I could see the Tampa Bay Bucks winning this game straight up money line, and then Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, the Bucks parlay for me tonight. You guys can hop on that if you want to rock with me. Of course, I got plays for sale tonight as well. I got an NFL play and a NBA play. So you guys can hop on that over at Pickdawgz Premium. I like the Magic tomorrow. I'm going to start working on the jam session for Friday here in a little bit. I'm just looking through. My Mavs did win and cover last night, but that probably means we go ahead and fade them tomorrow at home with Brooklyn coming in. Dallas lands 6.5. Thunder Buddies getting 3.5 against Cleveland. Cleveland is dominated at home, but it's hard for me to pass up plus money on the Thunder Buddies, man. Like every time we see them at plus money, I might be there. I might just have to be there. Oh yeah, what y'all like in the comments? Let's see. I got Baker over 21.5 completions and Chris Godwin over 5.5 receptions. I kind of like it. I kind of like that, my guy. I'm just browsing through this NBA card tomorrow. Nuggets 3.5 in Memphis. I might gotta take the Nuggets in that one. I told y'all my hot take the other day. I don't think the Grizzlies make the postseason. We'll see. I think they're the odd man out this year, though. Clips 3.5 from the Jazz on the road tomorrow. Spurs land 2 on the Rockets. I'm finna go cook up this NBA. Jam session will be posted tonight. For tonight, I got plays for y'all, Pickdawgz Premium, and then free play. We roll in Bucks parlay. Pistons +4 tomorrow. That's not a bad place to be, man. I'm telling you, I really like what I saw from yesterday. The Hornets, I will say, they didn't look that bad yesterday either. So we'll see. Appreciate all y'all boys, man. Let's make some money today, man. Let's make some money. Let's make some money this weekend. It's a money-making weekend. NBA is back. Huge card on Friday. Decent card on Saturday. Decent card on Sunday. So y'all know I'll be with y'all all weekend. I'll be back tomorrow, same time with this show as well. So I'll see y'all then. I'm out of here. Peace.